Sports Podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. Chillin' Mac Illin, man.
I am the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy, K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
Like, I know we talking about Hard Knocks right now, and we're not talking about wrestling, but the elite got like 9 niggas in their
Fam, I was just
like,
about to say that. Like, they came out deep. And Don Callis got his whole chest out.
My niggas.
getting pissed off.
Man, his fists be trash. I don't know what y'all be on.
Hey, man.
Big Pep, though.
Hey, that last fit, that pink fit was cold.
In fact, anywho, we here to talk about Hard Knocks. We owe y'all 2 episodes of recaps, and we are about to deliver. So, episode 4 and episode 5. I just want to start the show off by saying I enjoyed episode 5 a lot more than I did 4.
Mm-hmm.
But we gonna start with last week. So, show kicks off talking about all the COVID cases and whatnot that they got going on, and there was a quote that was said that I was like, I think this accurately describes like everything. And the quote was, "We get to a point where we begin to relax, and COVID says, 'Hello, I'm still here.'" So, you know, this is the new normal. End quote. And I was like, absolutely. Because the moment I think like, oh yeah, man, we out here. Something else happened, and I'm like, no, we in the house, actually. And factually. So yeah, that's how they kick it off. COVID affecting the team. And we know now that they're gonna be without Zach Martin for the home opener against Tampa Bay tomorrow, which is it's tough. That's tough.
He's considered, I think Zach Martin's the best guard in the league, or one of the, if not the best. He's up there.
That's big arguable.
Like that's huge for their running game, huge for pass protection. That's gonna be tough for them. I will admit, this team, the players, the personalities have grown on me. I'm not rooting for them.
What?
But them as like a team, as the personalities, like I can see the potential there. Their defense trash still, but like their offense before Dak got hurt was humming. And like this year, with everybody back, the opt-outs have opted back in. Everybody had a whole off-season, things like that. Like the Dallas team may make a run at number 1, number 2 offense in the league, bro. Like offense, defense. Talk to somebody else about that. I don't see it. I don't see it.
You're
don't
right.
die on them. Let them kill themselves. Don't die with no Cowboys now.
Puff.
Don't die.
No, just choked on some spit.
On some what?
The freaky ass spit.
What you doing?
I was about to talk, and then I inhaled, and then my mouth was wet, apparently. Anyway, I'm not making it no better. Anyway, you didn't go where I thought you were going with it, Tim, but I do agree to an extent. Like, I found myself watching episode 5, like, I know jumping ahead a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? I don't mind Dak. I kind of like Zeke. Like,
I like Zeke.
Which I didn't going into it. Like, Zeke is just like happy-go-lucky all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird. Like, I still look at him as like, you know, the kid he was in college and like the young running back, but he's like a legit vet now. And it's like, you can tell that he was like invested in Hardy to an extent.
Super
like
invested.
And like was giving him pointers like, oh yeah, here's how you do this, like showing him and like actually like celebrating him when he does exactly what, you know, like he instructed him to do. And it's just like, that's the type of like positive reinforcement that some people need, you know what I mean? So like, it was good to see that from him. And I was like, I appreciate that. I would appreciate that if I was, you know, a kid just trying to make the league. Like, it's like, it's Zeke, like probably a future Hall of Famer, or at least borderline. Like,
yeah,
and he rooting for me. You know what I mean?
Hey,
And
looking
then
out
like
for you.
right, and Dak is like every bit the leader that people have made him out to be. Like you can tell, like he relates to everybody. It seems like he has a good rapport with his offensive line, like running backs, receivers, D back. You know, like everybody on the team just kind of like gravitates to him. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, watching him coach up Jaquan in the last episode, I wrote that down like highlight. Like it was just really cool to see. Especially made me laugh when he was like, "No, watch me." He go in the game. He's like, "You got to be patient. Like let them set up before you set up. Like chill out for a second. Like just be patient." And watching him hit the hole and go, he's like, "See, like take your time." Like, you said what, sir?
I said no. He was like, slow down a little bit, and I can understand that.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
A lot.
Eric, you tell him that at least every other week. Like, slow down, please.
I said the curse of speed is that you always. It's a couple things with speed. One is a lot of things, at least from my experience. I'm cool with fast. Like shit's fast, I'm fast, go fast, move fast, do shit fast. I fuck with fast. But also you are more of
that sounds
a
unfortunate
risk
for
taker.
Mrs. Kenzie.
Yeah, no. But no, with the second thing is you're more of a risk taker too, though. Like because you have the speed, you're more prone to like, let me push that. Let me see that. I can just kind of overcompensate it with my speed sometimes. So that's why it takes people to really be like, hey, slow down. You're like, even if I mess up, I'm fast enough to kind of fix that mess up and keep going and you know, stuff like that. So it really do take slowing down, but you hate slowing down.
I mean, I wonder if that's part of the reason why and like this could just be the editing, but it seems like he drops the ball so often. It's like he's probably trying to run before he even gets it. It's like,
instead of just taking it in because you're already thinking about, all right, once I catch this, I'm gonna hit this move real quick and be gone. But if they give me like, if I turn around and see 3 yards, bro, I might take this 15. Just think too much.
Yeah, but that's the thing with speed. It's kind of like that should allow you to slow down a lot more because it's like, okay, I can wait, and then as soon as I get it, I'm gone. You know, like as soon as I have an opportunity, I'm gone. Like wait for everything to set up and then capitalize over it. You know, and I think that's the thing. Like you can teach somebody to slow down, you can't teach somebody to speed up, really.
Right, and I think that's probably I think that's the thing with it, where it's like everybody who's quick don't always think quick all the time. Like I think it's a subset of like it's, you know what I mean, like it's just
like a byproduct.
Everybody is different. Like you might have the same base skill, which is speed, but everything else about you is probably going to be different. So it's the makeup of all the other skills that go along with the speed that make you into a complete player. So like seeing Dak take the time out of his day, as you mentioned, like he's probably a future Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a Cowboy great. Like he gonna have his little image up in the running back room when he calls it one, probably if he stays there. But seeing him take that time is real special. Something else. Go ahead.
I was like, he don't even be tripping about it. Like he be over laughing with him, giggling and shit, and then turn around like, all right.
Some people just got that natural, like they just it's just in him. But something else that was interesting, especially seeing how it played out over episode 4 and then 5. Diggs and Cooper, some training camp battles.
Yeah.
Week 4 and episode 4, Dak stirred the pot up. Got them talking. Diggs said he ain't catching the ball.
Shit.
Well, that was not the case during episode 4 because Cooper made him look.
He caught a lot of passes.
And the way they edited the last one together, when he caught him on the hen, I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
He was like, yeah, you weren't catching that. He was like, I already knew. Once I hit that one, he was like, I knew he wasn't there.
Like, I thought he said he didn't bite on the first one. He just
he locked him up on the first one. He definitely gave him his props for the first one. And he was like, yeah, you was there, but that second one, he was Nowhere to be seen, bro.
Man, he caught more. Yeah, like you said, he caught more than 2. He was.
It's Amari Cooper now. Come on now, bro. Like
That's what
I
I'm
feel you. I
saying.
hear you with the confidence, but relax. Like you.
Shoot,
But
the
that's
next thing.
like, oh, sorry, go ahead, Camille.
I was gonna say, then it flipped. Okay, then it flipped. The next episode, he said, "Run that back." Hard Knocks had me looking real bad out here.
Gotta get my look back.
He did though. Round 2 was dope.
It's good to see him improving because good lord, they secondary he gonna need all of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's the whole thing. Like iron sharpening iron. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to make you want your best corner going at your best receiver because like they can only get better from going against each other. Like Trayvon Diggs got to hold Amari Cooper in practice. Like that's only gonna make Chris was Godwin and Evans like that much better. Like make him that much better for them in week 1.
Because he is big,
like, I
fast.
seen this shit already. Like
every day in practice.
All right. Like I got Cooper or I got Lamb or I got Gallup. Like
that's a bunch of different types of receivers too that you'll be able to go ahead and see because you got the possession, you got the speed, you got the big body, you got the physical. Yeah.
They ain't got no tight ends, but they got a good receiving core.
They do, man. That receiving core, and then you add Zeke, and Zeke could catch. So
yeah, for sure.
You put a linebacker on Zeke, and it's good game.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
It's good game. Speaking of game though, Spades got they shine in Hard Knocks. Episode 4, Connect 4. Got his shine on. And let me tell you something. I have always been terrible at Connect 4.
Hey, really? I get niggas business to Connect 4 be.
Your guy sounded pretty good at Connect 4 too.
Oh, maybe he can help me get better, fam. Because
listen, put the piece though. I'll tell you put it right there. Like, bro, that ain't how that work.
You don't help me, fam.
We got Connect 4 over here, bro. Whenever you want to pull up.
Pull up on the phone?
Yeah, we'll put a little dog down there.
Damn, Tim said you got to work your way up to him.
That's right, you got to work your way up to the final boss.
Hey, fam, he might be the final boss for all I know.
Well, that's Lonnie, but that's a different story.
See, the kids be knowing, fam.
Ran like 8 on us.
Hey, tell all your kids though they don't want to see me in no memory game, fam.
Fair enough.
Lay the cards. I used to play it when I was little. The hood where you get just deck of cards. We match black and black, and red and red. We ain't got the cute ones with the animals and all that stuff on it. Here, here. I got these cards in Vegas. You can play with this here. But yeah. The only other thing that I wrote down from episode 4 was the stand up. I mean, they had the preseason game, of course, and we know that was an L.
Yeah, the comedy spot.
But yeah, the comedy thing, and I was like, I think they said bash. And I was like, this joke really must be for this audience because
it was not.
No,
right, it was all like inside cowboy jokes.
Yeah, where I was like, this don't film well, fam. This ain't funny to nobody else but people in that room.
I will say it was funny because he like redid the joke when he was in the meeting room, and then DeMarcus Lawrence walked in, and then he faltered like.
He couldn't get the invitation off no more when the man was standing there and staring at him like,
I wasn't expecting you to be there. Like, so what we doing? Yeah.
That's like when you cut up in class and then the teacher walk in and you're like,
or your mama in the back of the classroom and you didn't realize that you just
like once you get the spotlight put on you,
I seen hella parents at the door and disappearing and shit. Like 1 minute there, 1 minute they gone. I think that might be me, bro. I think I'm gonna turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just you, fam. I can't relate.
I'm gonna just pop up on this shit, bro. Just staring at them through the window. Just put the fear of God in.
You gonna end up getting escorted off campus.
No, I ain't doing that.
Bro, like this nigga peeping in classrooms or the fuck?
Right, you can't be staring through windows at school buildings. You already got that mustache, fam.
What room she in? All right, I'm gonna go over to the door. I'm gonna look. We're gonna make eye contact, or somebody gonna say, "Hey, your daddy here," and then I'm bounce.
Then I'm gonna bounce.
All right,
probably gonna be a lunch break. But that's all right. That's what I'm gonna have to bounce. But
This man here, stalker town.
like, Daddy, was you at school today? Maybe I was. What was you doing?
Maybe I was.
Not him playing psychological warfare on the children.
Exactly.
Man,
He
Tim gonna lose it.
He gonna be touching his mustache. Like, what? Was I there? Was I
He's in the window like, oh.
Tim gonna end up getting fired. They're like he spent too much time up at the school.
Right.
No.
At the end of the day.
They gonna say he can't come around school buildings no more.
y'all wrong. Y'all ain't right.
Like,
never-
all right, Robert. You gotta get Robert.
Ain't never been right. I tell you.
You the one peeping in school windows, man. We didn't even say that. You the one who brought us here.
You acting like I'm.
Who that people through my window?
Y'all acting like y'all have friends that parents have done that. I gone somewhere now.
Hey, man.
Hey, they didn't say they was gonna peep through no window, fam.
That's what they did. They ain't say it out loud, but you see that's what they not did. Like I'm saying, bro, don't be out here acting all goofy now.
Hey, fam.
Like I don't know. Like I ain't have friends that just had their parents like up at school.
I did. I had
day.
some friends with strict parents.
Most of the time, where parents came up to school in my school was because they was bringing a treat or something like that, and they was just dropping it off.
Treat.
Like it was
Yeah.
someone's birthday or something, you know,
Yeah.
or like, and they'd be like standing in the back, like waiting. And they'll be like, "Here go the stuff," which is when I saw kids act out. Like I saw a kid whose parent was bringing cupcakes. The kid was acting out. The parents took the cupcakes back.
Oh, it's salty.
But did they peep them through the door?
They were at the door. They weren't at the window. They weren't at a window. They were at the door.
Bro. It's like, nah, dog.
Right, they were
to a window.
invited in the class. They weren't just
Right.
popping up.
Nah, bro, you can pop up on your kid. Don't be out here trying to act like you can't be a good parent and pop up on your kid like that.
All I'm saying, Tim,
No,
you missing the sticking point here. We talking about the window.
Nah, bro. How the hell am I supposed to look through the door without opening it?
You talking about the glass pane on the door? You talking about looking through the door?
Look through the thing. What other window am I gonna be at? You talking about
You better
outside?
Tim, I thought you was talking. Oh, when I hear a window,
Why
I associate outside, fam.
See, you know what? Sometimes I'd be like, why y'all acting slow? And my mama told me sometimes people don't be acting.
I'm not. I heard window.
So, of all the people on this call, we the slow one.
I'm just saying,
no.
bro, y'all.
Did
really
anyone
thought
else,
I'm talking about
when he
people-
said window, did anyone else think door?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
Hey, but I love you, Tim, bro. We brothers, bro.
Wow.
I love you.
That's
I
why I
like-
was getting the jokes off. I literally pictured you outside like Homer Simpson or something, outside of a
Oh,
window.
It's late. I know it's supposed to be y'all bedtime. Y'all getting delusional, bro. We gonna keep on rolling.
Fair. Episode 5. Running is a reward.
Mhm.
The I think it
Like
was the
I got where
defensive
he was
coach.
going with it.
Nah,
But,
bro.
like, it ain't make no sense.
It made no damn sense. I ain't get nowhere where he was going. We still running. And I still hate it.
That's
Well,
his
they
point.
said
It's like
they-
you're not
they said they
supposed to
loved
hate it. Like you're supposed to. Like he doesn't want it to be looked at as like you did something wrong, so now you got to run. It's like running should be like its own reward because it gets you where you need to go. Like of all people, like you love running. Like I don't know, like
No, I hate running distance.
Mhm.
Definitely.
that ain't what I said, and that ain't what he said.
No,
He just
because
said you should love running.
Fuck that, because if it's a lap, that's distance.
A lap ain't that far, fam, is it?
A lap is distance.
Running is conditioning that gets you better for like on the field, late in the season, all that other stuff. So you're saying like don't look at it as a punishment. Look at it as we getting you ready. We like you're successful if you're running a lot because that means that you building up your endurance.
And there's guys who's injured who all they wish they could do right now is run.
It's run.
That's
Exactly.
good for them, bro. I ain't trying to run, bro. I'm not. No.
Good for them.
Well, you the main one he talking to then. Like
he wasn't finna flip it around and make it sound good to me. I still was sitting there looking like I'm still winded.
well, if you ran more, you wouldn't be.
I was
You
say
still-
you better do some more
if
work in
you
the off season then, boss.
And you keep running and you're not winded. Don't you typically, push yourself and then eventually you'll be winded again?
Yeah, but then you can go further each time, so you
So
don't
I'm
get
still
as
winning
winded as quickly.
distance. I don't like neither one of them. See, that's
But
what I'm
that's the
talking
point. So if you were in tip top condition, a lap wouldn't be long to you. A lap would just be like like it's
I wasn't.
like it's
Right. If you conditioned
No.
yourself to run distance, like distance ain't gonna be a problem no more.
I
right.
was
And as
running, did not
much
like
as
it.
they be running,
I, whole military career. Now, let's not forget that there was miles ran. Did not like it at all. Tip top condition, best shape of my life. Still hated it. Ain't no flipping that one.
Well, clearly you ain't running enough.
Ran more than enough.
shoot, ran more than me. I can tell you that.
Yeah, best believe I ran more than enough.
I can tell you that. That man ran 5-6 times around me in 2 years, fam.
Wow.
I ain't doing all that. Bye. Something that my favorite part of episode 5 was actually seeing Micah Parsons working out with DeMarcus Ware. I said, first of all, that's gross for everybody else in the league because DeMarcus Ware was cold.
He was a monster.
Yeah, for sure.
Pass rush first.
Yes.
He said, you better go.
I understand. Pass rush is first. Like, yeah, bro. Go hit the motherfucker with the ball. The one that drops back.
Gave him some good advice, showing some technique. Even was able to talk to him about what it's like to play against Tom Brady, which again, what longevity?
Yeah. And he said, like, I played him in my third year. He was still young, but he was already like he was ahead of him. Like, like DeMarcus Ware done had a whole Hall of Fame career in the span of the Tom Brady career.
That's crazy. And he's still out here. That's crazy.
Still out here.
And
winning Super Bowls.
The technique is dope too, though.
The technique was super dope.
It's like what I've always wondered, and like it kind of got to this point, like with seeing the two of them together. It's like, you know, it's basketball, but people always like, oh, you know, such and such big man, he got to go work with Hakeem, and then he'll be cold. It's like he don't have like dedicated coaches whose job it is to like teach them how to do all these other things. Like, I've always wondered, like, how much do these players actually get out of working with these legends, like skills wise, like temperament, like approach to the game, like that's things that like a high level player can only teach like another high level player. But, like, I wonder if it's just like, you know, here's my move. It's like, dude, I watched hundreds of hours of film on your move. Like, I know your moves. Like, I always wondered like how much they get out of that. But like, it is more of like a mentoring thing. I would think, like, seeing their interaction, it seems like it's more of a mentoring thing. It's kind of like you have like all the tools to be able to do these things, but like here's like a little bit of an edge, or here's a little something, a little like bug that I can put in your ear just to be thinking about, like when you're on the field, like great player to great player, or like I see something in you, so I want to like foster that. But it's kind of like I'm pretty sure his defensive line coach taught him how to like hand fight, like
but he's a
linebacker. So
linebacker.
Many ways.
And I get it. Yeah, you got the defensive line coach, but I wouldn't think to, hey, Michael Parsons, go start watching film on DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, at least not right away. But I mean, if you want to be a pass rushing linebacker, then yeah, I can understand you pairing him with the most fearsome pass rusher that y'all have had in y'all franchise history, and he's still.
But they did show him working with the defensive line coach.
That's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, I think like you can learn from a lot of different places, and when you have a desire to be great, you're going to search it out in all different kinds of places. Like the way that they put that scene together was really telling, because they showed the D-line coach telling him like, get their hands down, like the technique you need to hey, hand down and go. Like that's what the coach was telling them. And then you see him working one-on-one with Ware, and Ware's telling him the exact same thing, but in a different way. And you see it click in Micah when he's talking to DeMarcus Ware about it. Like Ware is showing him the actual counter, like, okay, you do this, then you put your hand here, and now you're in a better position to get around the edge. And he's just kind of like, oh, okay. And that's real simple to switch up. So you probably would assume like from there, he's going to take that back to practice with his coach and continue to work on it. So like, I think when it comes to working out with legends and then who you have as a coach, I think it's just a sum of all those parts making you greater. Like the legend might only be able to give you one piece. how was his eye so bloody? What did I just miss? Sorry.
Like to that point, Camille, I do wonder if it's just like who it's coming from. Like it's like, your parents tell you something, and it's just like, okay, mom, like you tell me stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like I got it. And then like, your friends tell you the exact same thing, and you're like, oh yeah, that's like, the most profound thing that you've ever heard. And it's just like who it comes from like matters more than what you're being told sometimes.
It was cool. It was cool to see that. I also liked hearing them talk about the season opener throughout the episode, like just random things about Tampa Bay and focus on this and look at this, seeing Dak watching film, and which just led me to being like, wow, Jerry Jones, he really do be in the talent evaluation meetings. Like,
yeah, bro, like what no game? Jerry be in all of that decision. He Vince McMahon in that mug. What you talking about? That's my money.
Jerry was really in there talking about some list. Okay, let's go through the roster now. And I'm sitting there like,
the whole roster.
The whole roster.
Like, I know that it's his team and he can do whatever he wants, and like he fancies himself a football guy, so like he wants to be all in thick of it. Like, I think technically he's still their general manager officially. But like and I mean, I guess you gotta have like the right people working for you, because it's like, can you really tell the owner of the team, like, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? Like, this dude is clearly better than this. Like if you as a professional football coach are like, yo, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and then Jerry's like, well, I watch all these games too, so no, we need to keep this guy over this guy. It's like that's why I don't know.
That's why, he definitely
was in a bad situation, like to have to speak truth to power, I guess.
His title is owner, president, and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys since 1989. Literally since I've been born, he has been the owner, president, and GM. NFL Executive of the Year in 2014.
But I also wonder if, like, at this point, it seems like all his other businesses have kind of fallen by the wayside. So he really is like a full-time general manager.
That's crazy. He literally bought himself into that role and just wrote it out.
Yeah. That's what Al Davis did too.
That's a fact. That is true.
I'll be whatever the fuck I want to be for my team.
I got you gonna tell me what I'm gonna be, nigga?
You want to borrow a hat?
You want to borrow a hat?
I got plenty
for a day.
That also explains why they haven't won Super Bowl 30 years.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It also makes sense to me why Mike McCarthy is that coach. He just seems like the guy who kind of be like,
yes,
okay.
Man. Okay. That's why Jason Garrett stayed for so long.
Whatever you say, Jerry.
Yep.
Whatever you want, Jerry.
Whatever you want, sir.
And that's different for Mike, because he came from a place where he don't have an owner. And now you got like the most meddlesome owner.
Yeah, of them all. Well, good luck, Mike.
To my earlier point. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just, like, to my point earlier about like having a higher, opinion of certain players on the team, like that did not ring true for Mike McCarthy. Like, I don't know better about him as a coach. Like, he seemed like a decent enough dude, but like we were talking about earlier, like he doesn't really inspire, and the X's and O's ain't really there. So it's like, what are you good for?
Mike McCarthy has been fortunate to coach very good quarterbacks. Green Bay, you had, of course, Aaron Rodgers. Before that, he had Favre for, I think, was it like a year or two? A year or two. Before that, he was with the 49ers working as an offensive coordinator. He's with the Chiefs. Like, he was able to be with Montana. Like, you get your bones, being a great offensive coordinator. You got all these dope quarterbacks, and you supposedly super cold at calling plays, and then you come to Dallas and you can't even call no plays. You can't even do what you're supposed to be the best at.
Yeah.
Because Jerry said that ain't part of your job.
I mean, according to Tim, like, he's the greatest play caller of his according to Tim's barber, he's the greatest play caller of his generation.
Hey,
hey, we have to say, we're like, what, this nigga tripping?
Sorry, my bad, Tim. Like, I was thinking your barber. I just forgot to say the word. My bad. Tim's
It
barber
was like,
said
hold
that.
on a second, nigga.
Now wait a
Tim-
goddamn minute.
Tim said, I would never.
I would never.
Mistaken.
No, that's your barber. Wow, man.
He said him and
Wow.
Sean. That threw me.
It's a
I was like,
wild man. You had in this episode, the last episode of Hard Knocks, you had Aiden Diggs, baby Diggs,
Mhm.
finally getting to meet Dak Prescott, in which he said, "So, are you Patrick Mahomes?" For like the 5th time throughout this Hard Knocks, he's brought up Patrick Mahomes.
And I'm starting to think that kid's racist. He think we all look alike.
I'm starting to think that kid was told before them cameras came to say Dak
that's
Prescott is your favorite quarterback. And he keep like, you mean Patrick Mahomes? No.
Knocks are real when you're fake fake.
we don't we play playing. The cameras here, remember the cameras here.
Yeah, definitely seeing like they were feeding them lies, so but that's fine.
But he's a cute kid, and seeing Dak with him was really funny. And that Dak wrote not Patrick Mahomes on his jersey was it was funny. I did learn something though, because they mentioned that Dak was a 4th round draft pick. And I was like, oh, is that why he's number 4? Do y'all know why he picked number 4?
Mm-hmm.
No.
The Cowboys actually assigned him 10 when he was drafted. I think because they were trying to go Aikman 8, Romo 9, Dak 10. That's my guess. But Dak then went to them and said, I want to switch my number to 4 because his mother had passed away a few years prior and her birthday was September 4th.
Oh,
So
okay.
he wanted to wear
Is
his
that
mama's
Beyonce
number.
birthday?
He wanted to wear his mama's
Hashtag
number.
Beehive. Come on, support.
So I thought that was real nice. I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, the rest of the episode was really seeing who made it. After you got past all that stuff, it was really just seeing which unsigned guys were gonna make it, and which ones weren't.
Were y'all rooting for anybody specifically, like of the borderline people that they focused on?
Yeah, Kamara.
Yep.
Of course.
And the Mexican guy, Isaac, I can't remember his last name.
Alarcon.
I know it starts with an A, yeah, but I was definitely cheering for him and for Kamara. Jaquan Hardy had a lot of chances and he messed up a lot. So I was kind of like, he probably should be on practice squad for a little bit.
I mean, they were all messing up though. Like Kamara was always getting chewed up.
Yeah, that's true. That's why they were all in the position that they were in at the end of the season.
He worked hard. He actually had results in the preseason though.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
was making plays.
Yeah, Kamara showed up in games. It looked like from what they, the way they cut it.
The way they edited it.
But then they even pointed him out in that last episode, all his special teams contributions, like again, Kamara. So he made it and his mom was celebrating. I definitely cried. Like this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
The running back coach, he said not profound, but he had the best quote of the thing, and I'm not gonna try to quote it verbatim, but basically he was saying you're good enough to be like a 10-year player in the league, but you don't have the pedigree, you don't have the margin for error. You got to be perfect. You have to be precise. Everything that you do has to be correct. You know what I mean? You come in as a first, second round pick, you have they'll sit through some mistakes because it's you a game changer. You have the talent that we really need to hold on to and nurture and kind of build up. But as an undrafted guy, you got to come in and do everything perfectly. Because we see the talent in you, but your talent is more, I don't want to say common, but it's there are a bunch of guys sitting at home that have the same level of talent as you. It's about how hard you work and how precise you are and how diligent you are to make sure that, special teams, blocking, catching, running, all that stuff has to be on point.
And can you not be a liability? Can we actually trust you when you out there on that field?
That's a big question.
Yeah. That's the one. But it was funny when they had all those guys come into the room and I was sitting there and I was like, are these going to be guys who they all cut? Or are these going to be guys who they on the practice squad because I purposely tried to avoid looking at a lot of the Cowboys like transactions because I wanted to watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Danucci.
I was like,
cut.
exactly. I was like, I saw Danucci in the room and I said, oh, these niggas about to get cut. I know his story. I know he
it
get
sucks,
cut.
bro. And that conversation, I'm sure, is big. Like, it's still, no matter what, it's still like an awkward conversation, though, because like you pull them all in a room together and tell all of them, hey, yo, you know, I appreciate all the blood, sweat, and tears, but nah, you're welcome to come back though. Like somebody else might give you a job, but if not, you're more than welcome to come back. But it's still like, because I'm sure they want answers, and I do like how they sat him down, like, hey, yo, like Hill, was it Hill? No, not Hill. The running back,
Hardy.
He going over him and the coach was going over how, you know, you can make adjustments here, or I feel like if you was just a little faster here, or you got to be crisp, you got to be precise. Like the guy says, good, they don't make mistakes. Like, and I like that because I'm like, okay, if you gonna cut me, can you at least give me a little tip on how I can make somebody else's squad at least, or at least be able to make it come back here because you want me in a practice squad.
And I think that's dope. Where it's like I know this is not the news you wanted to hear, but at least you know, like at least you know, like you ain't going back to teaching math at the high school. Like you gonna come back here and you gonna have a job as a football player, just not an active roster football player. Like you still have a chance. Like your dream is still alive. Yeah, it's still alive. And I think that's tight. As well as knowing like, hey, the worst thing that can happen is I come back in the practice squad. The best thing is someone else saw my tape and they signed me. So
either way, I got a job coming out of this. Like it's not the job I wanted necessarily, but I'm not out of football.
I can still get paid doing this. Which is tight.
Like when they were doing when they had the conversation with the offensive lineman from Mexico, like he was just, you know, so effusive. He's like, you know, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, see, that's why I come be a football player. Because like I get it, like he's coming back, so you don't want to burn that bridge. But I'd be pissed. Like I would have been in there, and like I wouldn't be able to do all the nice shit. Like, oh, you know, well, you know, I know you guys had a hard decision to make, and blah blah blah. Like, man,
I'm better than him. Better than him.
You gonna cut me? I'm gonna come back and haunt your dreams.
Like, don't do that. Prepare for it, bro. I need some shut eye.
You better hope nobody pick me up.
Because if they do, I'm coming back.
I hope
you niggas.
You better tell Dak to watch out. Hey, what? I thought y'all was friends.
We'll call Zach, bro.
Watch out. I don't know. Oh, and one other thing I wrote down, CD Lamb. They showed him like briefly towards the end when they were doing all the cuts. As he was coming back from COVID, reminding everyone, like he was like, yo, I came back quick. Like, what do you say? It was like 10 days or something like that? A week, 10 days, a week, something like that. He was out of it. That man said the worst part was no smell and no taste. And that's the part that gets me every time I hear something about COVID. No smell.
Because it's
no
the
taste.
weirdest shit ever. Like that shit makes no sense.
Like I was thinking about, like as he's saying that, I'm like, then that you kind of got off light. Like, you know, like if that's the worst symptom that you had, like I get it, it's weird. And they set it up actually inadvertently in one of the earlier episodes because he was talking about like how much he loves his candles and like he's all about like how good shit smells. It's like I get it, but say I was like, but I mean, if that's the worst that you had, like you kind of got off light, bro. Like
if you can't breathe,
and
nigga,
you back, right?
That's the whole nother nigga. When it hurt to breathe, that's when it's that bullshit, nigga.
Just another reminder. Again, I don't want to catch that. Mask up, folks.
Exactly.
If you haven't been vaccinated, please get vaccinated.
Go do it. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
And of course, Hard Knocks ended the only way that a Dallas Cowboys Hard Knocks could end.
What, an L?
Damn. Damn.
That was the last episode, man. You know, they ended that one with the L that way. They ended this one, the last episode of the season, with a Jerry Jones monologue.
Oh, okay.
I will say he looked real plantation owner-ish, like with like that big ass window that just looks out onto the field. Like, what are my niggers doing?
Go ahead, Tim.
No. Jerry, what I'll say is about Jerry is that you can tell that he's invested in his team for sure. Like, whether that be to his detriment, like, it's another story. But Jerry is all in on his team. He love his team. He love his facility. He love, like, shit. You see what he built there? Like, the little kingdom he got. Hell yeah. Win. You know how much money he gonna break in his little kingdom when they come in for the playoffs and all of that shit? Hell yeah, bro. Plus, he needs his chip. Like, Jerry's really just, like, legitimately, he wants that feeling of having a chip again.
Yeah, you can tell he's desperate for it. Like, he
And
is,
you know, like he's heard basically since they won their last Super Bowl, like you can't do it without Jimmy Johnson's players. So like I think that's what's driving him at this point. I mean, like naturally he's gonna like just being Jerry, like he gonna want to win all the time. But I think that is like sticking to his craw like really hard. Like they just buried that beef like between him and Jimmy Johnson
at the Hall of Fame.
So I think that's what's like sticking to him. Like, no, I gotta do this. It's kind of like when Shaq and Kobe broke up. Like Kobe was just trying to beat Shaq at that point.
Yeah. But it was funny when I did see how his office was set up with the big glass. I was like, oh, I guess that's why he be in them personnel meetings. Like, he probably do watch every snap, like with opinions and whatnot. But hey, the Cowboys is Jerry's team. Like, Jerry Jones has helped them become the billion-dollar franchise that they are. Like, I believe that they're the most valuable team in sport, period, if I remember correctly.
At least America, if not the world.
But they may be up there with the Yankees.
No, they're past
They're
the
above the
Yankees.
Yankees. I'm just thinking about like European soccer clubs. Maybe.
Like the Cowboys
are one.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that. But yeah, I mean, that really summed up Hard Knocks. And now they have their home opener tomorrow against Tampa Bay. Yep. By the way, Dallas Cowboys are the world's most valuable sports team over everybody. Any league, anything. $5.7 billion is what they're worth.
Ooh.
And you know he wouldn't sell it for, I don't think he would sell it, period, but like definitely not for under 10.
No. Right underneath the Cowboys, you got the Yankees at $5.25 billion, the Knicks at $5 billion, Barcelona, the soccer club, at $4.76 billion, and then Real Madrid at $4.75 billion.
Barcelona broke.
Yeah, it's only like they big broke. So yeah, that number gonna drop next year. They get audited, but no, that was Hard Knocks. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable season.
Ditto.
But I also feel like I say that like every year, so I just like Hard Knocks, fam. I like watching football behind the scenes.
That, you know what? There's that too. Like, but I definitely agree. It was definitely enjoyable. It was enjoyable. You're not the only one.
And that means a lot coming from you, Tim, because we know how you feel about the Cowboys.
And fuck them, but it was cool. It was cool. I'll be keeping an eye out on the boys players to see what they do this season, but nah.
And as a reminder, y'all, if you listening to this, join the FanDuel League.
Do it.
Yeah, that too.
Join that mug. Go ahead, pick up Dak. You know.
Am I playing him tomorrow? I might be playing him tomorrow.
I picked like Camille. You keep saying home opener. They're not. Tampa Bay doesn't get to open at home.
Yeah, they're opening at home. I should say season open, like the season opener.
Okay, gotcha.
They don't play their first home game until week 3.
Okay. I was gonna say like Tampa Bay getting screwed.
Nah, Tampa Bay definitely at home. But yeah, do y'all think the Cowboys pull the upset tomorrow? That'll be the last thing I ask y'all before we sign off.
Yeah, I think so.
You do?
Yeah, I have the Cowboys winning tomorrow.
Nope.
I think that's the easiest question you ever asked him.
I no damn defense, bro. Like, I like Micah Parsons and Vanderlei, but Diggs was getting chewed beforehand. Like, who's on the other side of them? We don't know. It's like, who's the safeties? We'll find out. Like it's
Neil, I think, is one of them, and the other one is start with like a K. Can't
it
remember his
starts
name.
like we don't care because we know they can't do that right now.
Hell no.
The defense, they'll have a good offense. They'll put on a show. They'll be in games because of their offense, but their defense will be why they lose them.
Similar to last year.
Oh shit, they couldn't do nothing on offense either.
Well, I mean, before
Well,
that,
everybody got hurt.
yeah.
Shit, they still losing with that. Yeah,
And then
right.
they were down big, and Dak was about to throw for like 6,000 yards. I'm exaggerating, but like
He was on base.
that man was throwing the ball
Like, for
a
real.
lot.
Yeah, they was throwing the hell out that ball, yo.
Because
Damn,
and
bro.
Zeke
I
had a
guess-
terrible year.
I guess we can sum this up in the simplest way possible. Like, this is a Mike McCarthy team. Like,
That means they're bound to have one big booming year too. If that's the case, at least one big year, and this might be the year. This might
Hey,
this
man.
might
It
this
could
might
be.
not
I mean, again, like that. Which one are you calling the big year? The one who won the Super Bowl, or the year after when they went 15-1?
No. They probably have this like a 2011 season. I can see them having that type of season.
We got a better defense than they got,
But our offense was like it
yeah,
was
the offense carried. I'm just saying, like the defense was a little bit better than what the Cowboys are going to trot out. Because never mind. I could talk about that 2011 team for a while because what a show. But yeah, man, that was Hard Knocks. We hope y'all enjoy. We hope y'all enjoy this NFL season. If you have not yet listened to this week's episode where these fine gentlemen held it down, make sure y'all go and do that. Episode 216. You need some support. Make sure y'all go and listen to that. Run those numbers up.
some support.
Yeah.
And
You
we
stay
gonna be
you live at support.
Oh, shit.
we gonna be back at y'all next week. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on Twitter and Instagram at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE, because
Your mom is fancy.
thank you, good sir. And shout out to all the 2K players, man. It's 2K weekend.
Friday.
Brr, 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 brr.
At your NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
Yep.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ask Him, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Till our next Tech File Cinema, guys. See you around.
Until next time.
Bye.
Mosey.